Hey there, Wargamers. Justin the Arm Painter here, and I apologize ahead of time for me sounding a little sniffly, and I apologize that we haven't been getting any content up on YouTube recently. It's been a little bit slow. Obviously, if you follow the channel, you know I was at Adepticon recently with Death Ray Designs, doing my normal job, trying to make some cool connections and so forth. Then we got back from the con. We're slammed with orders. I got sick. At least one or two other people in our group were sick. I don't think COVID, but like, head cold and stuff. Normally, I'm pretty good with the cons, but something hit me pretty hard. I'd lost my voice almost completely on day one of the con from talking, and then by the time I got home, it turned into a little bit of a cold, which was rough. So I wanted to come back from the convention and immediately start filming stuff, and there was no way. I do have some filmed stuff now for unboxings. We got the Snords Irregulars, the Proliferation Cycle, and the Irby Fire Lance, or whatever it's called. So it's pretty cool. Still sounding rough in those videos, but I want to get something filmed. Still don't have to edit them, so they'll hopefully go up next week. But updates for the channel, want to get some battle reports filmed. Obviously, I've got Bob and John, the two guys you see me play with most of the time, tentatively scheduled to come out and play some games with me. I know Bob's supposed to be coming out, or is open to coming out Easter Sunday, I think, but we might not get that. I'm going to turn this, I don't know if this is going to show very well. I've got a whole bunch of terrain here, a bunch of terrain there. That I'm working on for a custom, I don't say project, sort of. YouTuber asked to have some terrain painted up for some battle ports we're doing. It's very time sensitive, so that is also like taking some time. And we're backed up on orders, so we got a bunch going on here. Slowing down a little bit of the content creation, and as we get out here to the floor of the shop, as you guys have seen before, we'll have a whole bunch of minis and stuff that'll be on the table. I think it'd be kind of cool to show you guys kind of like what we got going on. So as we come out here, minis for orders, and then over here, obviously, ignore the shop dirtiness. We've got our containers, and so full of product from the con that came back. My terrain set sold pretty good, which is pretty awesome. Unexpected. And then the star of the show, ironically enough, I want to say ironically, unexpectedly, was Steel Rift. We sold a massive amount of Steel Rift. That was the big seller. I think my terrain was probably number 2. And if you aren't aware already, the Thunderhead Studios terrain went up. It went live at the show, or that week. So we sold a bunch of Thunderhead stuff at Adepticon, and it's now on our site. So if you don't know that, it's up. It's also up on Ares and Fortress Miniatures and Games. And we got some more, boxes of minis here. So, but hopefully in the coming weeks, I'll be able to get some more filming done. I think the film area here is actually, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. You guys can't see it. There we go. That. It's actually not too bad right now. When we left, I thought it was worse, but not bad. So it shouldn't be too hard for me to get this area cleaned up and ready for some filming. Currently, the weather is not too bad either. It's going to get to a point where it's scalding, and we're not air conditioned out here, so it's going to suck. But right now, we're kind of getting to that Goldilocks area where it's going to be decently temperatured. It's going to be temperate, so we'll be able to film without being miserable. It's the summer. It's going to suck. One of the things that I'll be talking about on the channel, though, here soon, and I've hinted at it before, we're going to talk about Patreon opportunities. Obviously, monetizing a channel is a tough thing to do. My channel is very small. It's very niche, very specific. But I want to be able to do more content, and I may be having some life changes come up with my living situation, and starting Patreon talks seriously now before then is a good idea, because if it starts to work and get traction, I'm on a path to continue growing that, which is what I need to be doing. Briefly, we'll cover it here. I'll do a video on it, I'm sure. But I have been talking with a few friends. The first thing that was recommended was to have a tier for Patreon for like one-on-one painting. So if you pledge to that tier once a month for 1 to 2 hours, whatever I come up with for the fee that we set, we'll hop on Discord. I'll turn on my stream camera. I'll have a mini there. Give me some information about what you're working on. You need a webcam. I have to be able to see what you're doing to give you feedback. But we'll work on some painting. I could teach you some stuff. Doesn't have to be super advanced. It could just be you wanting to hang out and paint. That's cool too. But yeah, that help you out a little bit. And knowing kind of what you're interested in before we start will help, because I may not be able to do everything. But being able to help coach, critique, or just hang out is cool. Another idea that was pitched to me was a paint along. Where we have a pledge tier where I tell people at the beginning of the month, these are the minis I'm going to work on. If you want to paint along with me, you could pick these up from, X Store, probably Fortress, because he sponsors the channel. And that's what I'm going to work on. And I figured if I tie that into YouTube videos for battle reports, I can work on a faction. We'll paint it up. We'll have hangouts once a week or something as I work on those. We'll paint them. Then I'll play with them in some videos, and then maybe like auction them off to take the proceeds from that to help grow the channel, and then we'll do another paint along. So that's kind of an idea. Then the obvious ones where, it's a small pledge where you just support. Some ones where you might be directly trying to help do battle reports because you really like that aspect. So things where you can pledge to that and maybe have like minis named after you, things of that nature. I know many of you are probably going to be interested in the painting side. So I'll be open to your feedback and curious to see what you have to say. But I don't want my channel to turn into just the paint channel. There's plenty of that out there. And honestly, it takes a lot of effort. The one-on-one painting, I think, would be cool to paint along, but tutorials take so much time to do. The ones I put out are not like super polished. They were fine. I want to do better ones. It takes a lot of time, and I don't have a lot of time. And doing the battle reports is one thing, but if I need to spend like 15 hours filming or painting while filming, letting stuff dry, setting up, prepping, voiceover, all that stuff, and then editing and getting out, polishing it, all that, like, it's a lot. A battle report takes time, but it's not the investment painting does. And I don't think I could keep up with doing painting tutorials at that rate. But if you guys are, trying to help sponsor the channel, you vote with your dollar. So if that's what we want to do, and a lot of people are wanting to do it, it helps compensate. But I think what's likely going to happen is we'll do paint-alongs, we'll do the one-on-one painting stuff, and then we'll probably do some more speed paint things because that's easy. I also think that, honestly, I think the speed paint stuff probably caters to the community more. I think the average Battletech player, honestly, average like wargamer, hobbyist is probably not interested in doing the crazy stuff that I do. Or as I say, it's crazy. It might not be to you, maybe what you want to do. But I think the average person probably wants like good or a little bit above, good standard for their minis. And they don't want to spend 10 hours on a Space Marine or 10 hours on a mech. They want to look good without being crazy. So I think the speed paint stuff, the fast stuff that I could show you to get something on the table quick and look good, I think that's going to get the most traction. Those will be faster to do. So I kind of think that's where we're going to land, but I could be wrong. So if the community really just wants to watch me edge highlight for 1,000,000 hours and learn that, cool. So wrap up. We're going to be trying to get some battle reports in with Bob and John, working on the super secret terrain project for the YouTuber, which you'll see hopefully in the next 2 to 3 weeks when it goes up. Assuming it goes up, I'll have a follow-up video around the same time because when I'm done with the terrain, I'm going to, do a video talking about it, but I don't want to like spoil it. So once his videos go up, I'll put mine up probably the same day or the next day and be like, hey, this is what I did. This is very cool. Check out his video. And maybe he'll be able to shout out me and DRD. That would be really cool. Also help my channel if he does. We'll see if he does. I don't know. But regardless, it'll definitely help out DRD. So Patreon opportunities, unboxing and stuff coming. And then if you're waiting on orders from DRD, that stuff will be going up soon. So as always, for any of you guys who are watching this on YouTube, I guess I could put it on Instagram and Facebook, thank you for supporting what I do. If you have any thoughts, concerns, anything at all about the Patreon stuff, let me know. I would love to know what you would want to see, what would make you want to support what I do. Like liking and subscribing is one thing. Commenting is also helpful. But if you're going to let go of those precious dollars, what would you want to see from me? And that's great. And if it's stuff I can't do, cool, you're still telling me so I know. If it's stuff you think I can do and I haven't mentioned, that's also good because it's something I can do. So brutal honesty is nice. You don't have to tell me you suck. You don't have to do that. But if you have ideas for things, it'd be good because I want to make sure that it's as polished and I'm putting out content that you guys want. And based on the views I get off videos, I kind of feel like you guys like listening to me ramble. And I don't think my battle reports are overly polished. I think they're fun. But I think a lot of it's like, I try to give off the aura of like, yo, we're friends. It's what I want. I want when you watch my videos for you to feel like what the persona that I'm presenting is what you would get in person. And if you happen to get to talk to anyone from Adepticon, I'd be curious if the interactions they had with me were different than what they see on YouTube. I've got a feeling it might be that they're the same because I try to present myself the way that I would if I knew you in person. I'm a bit more relaxed if I don't know you and I tone it down. But if I get a vibe from you where you're super chill or I know you, like, yeah, it's no holds bar, banter, crazy shit, because, like, I want to make people smile. Sometimes I struggle with being happy, and my thoughts in life are if I can make you happy, then it makes me feel good. And the same thing with the Wargaming channel here. If I can make you feel good, encourage you to paint, encourage you to hobby, that little bit, I've done something, Yeah, I think there's plenty of channels out there that do content, but I feel like people come to mind and like and do all that stuff because they feel like, there's a friend out there, a light in the darkness, and that's what I'm trying to do. So that said, folks, thank you for hanging out. If you're just now watching this, you have no idea what I'm talking about, like, subscribe, check out the channel, see what else we got going on. If you want to pick up anything Death Ray Designs, related, Got a coupon code in the discount or the description down below. Battletech stuff, as always, check out Fortress Miniatures and Games. And if you want to paint some minis and stuff, check out Monument Hobbies. Got that in the description as well. Thank you guys for hanging out. As always, keep rolling your dice, keep painting your models, and I will hopefully catch you guys again soon.